it's Angie. How are you all doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing better. It's actually been a pretty rough week for me. Not been feeling well this week, and we had some stuff go on as a family, so this is a little bit late, and I apologize. But it is what it is, you know. I do what I can do. So let's talk yarn, shall we? We shall. I am so excited. This week I have a lot to show you. Not so much, well, I do have some haul, but more than that, I have a lot of finishes, actually, a ton of finishes this week. I've been a crochet maniac. Couple fails and tons of works in progress. So let's first talk about finishes, and then I'll show you haul, just because I want to talk about what I'm wearing. A couple of my finishes are what I'm wearing. So I did receive my order from Little Knits. I think that I told you last week that after Mindy and I had gone to the, what was the name of that store? Michigan Fine Yarns. And I did not end up getting the Noro yarn there because the bocce was $44 a ball. And I needed at least 5 balls to make the sweater that I want to make. And I just couldn't justify that purchase. So I knew that Little Knits sold bocce yarn from Noro, and so I came home and I went on their site and I was able to get a pack of 5 for $74.35. So, I mean, a fraction of the cost. So at the same time, and I haven't even looked at that yet. I haven't even opened that yarn up yet. We're going to do that together in a minute. But there was also another yarn that Noro has. Let me grab the tag, just one second. It's in the bottom of this box. And I did open it and cake it up and use it. So this yarn is called Kiso yarn. It's a 200 meter hank. It came in a 200 meter hank, which that's, what, about 250 yards would that be? Yeah, I think about 250 yards. Don't quote me. I know that every 100 meters is like 110. No, so 220 yards. Yeah, 220 yards. And it is 70% wool, 15% alpaca, 15% silk. It is categorized, they don't give you a weight categorization, but they do give you a recommended hook size, and it recommends a 4.5 to 5 millimeter hook. So that would be, I would say, a medium size for worsted weight yarn. And that's what I felt like it was when I was working with it. And with that, I made this awesome sweater. I had been working on some raglan style dresses for my granddaughters. And so I just took the dimensions and applied them to myself and worked it based on that chain length and that number of stitches, and did the increases to form the shoulders, and then did the body. I'm going to try to stand up in this chair, sit up in this chair so you can see the whole thing. But this is color 5. This is the Noro Kiso color number 5. And it's a very simple, I just did a plain double crochet stitch because the yarn is so busy. But I love it. It turned out wonderful. I did some post stitches down in the end of the sleeves to kind of give it a cuffed appearance. I made it 3/4 sleeves on purpose because I'm not a fan of real long sleeves. When I'm working, I like to have shorter sleeves. And I did do some reducing up in the neckline so it wasn't so broad out, you know, to the tips of my shoulders. So that is, and then I did do some reducing down in the body of it towards the bottom so that it would kind of cuff a little bit towards the bottom. It's not a very long sweater. It's just waist length, which is what I wanted as well. I didn't want it to be a real long sweater like my other ones are. So I did work this up this week, and this was my big accomplishment for the week, and I love it. And you know, you would think with it being, well, 70% wool and 15% alpaca, you would think that it would be picky. It's not. I'm wearing this against bare skin, and it is not, and I wore it for like 15 hours the other day. It wasn't picky against my skin at all. It turned out beautiful. So I'm just going to tilt this camera down a little bit so we can see a little bit better. I don't have my camera tilted just right how I like it. Let's see. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, not so seeing so much above my head. So that's one thing. That was one of my finishes for this week. One of my other finishes is this awesome hat. So I don't have a pattern. I can't link you to a pattern on this sweater because it's something I just did on the fly in my head. So I have no dimensions or anything like that. I just kind of would do some counting and then try it on. I just kept trying it on and trying it on as far as to know where to separate the armholes and stuff like that. And it's just double crochet. But then I also made this hat. Now this hat is a bag-a-day crochet pattern, and it's like a star stitch. And it looks like I've got the seam running right there so you can see the seam. Sorry about that. It's not a very obvious seam, so that's fine. Here, let me twist it. There, I feel better about that. And the yarn I used for this is 100% wool yarn. It came in a Little Knits mystery pack. Not a Little Knits, I'm sorry, a Knit Crate mystery pack. But it's 100% wool yarn. And I think it turned out beautiful. I love the stitch pattern. And this is linked, any of the patterns that I talk about or show in my videos are all going to be in my playlist tab under crochet. You'll find any pattern that I've ever used, I've got in that playlist if you're interested. Then I finished a couple of, I wanted to tell you about my sweater. So I played a little bit of Yarn Chicken with this sweater, and I won. I won the game of Yarn Chicken. I was so excited. But out of 5 hanks, these were 200-meter hanks as well, this is what I had left. That's it. So I definitely played Yarn Chicken with this sweater, and I won. Woohoo! I won Yarn Chicken. Yay! But I guess I kept this just to show you guys. That's all I had left. So that can go in the... Actually, I'll probably save it just in case I ever need to make a repair. This is a roving style yarn, and it does go from thick to, in some places, it goes very, very, very thin. But you can't, it's not noticeable, you know, on the finished product. And it's comfy, and I love it. I do love it. So a couple other things that I finished. Last week we talked about the yarn that I purchased that was the self-patterning yarn from Michigan Fine Yarns that Mindy and I both bought, and we were going to make matching scarves with. So we did make our scarves, and I did complete that scarf, and I just want to show you how that turned out. And again, this was using the Hayfield Baby Blossom Chunky, which is a 70% acrylic, 30% nylon blend, machine wash, dry flat. It is a size 4, but it says to use a 6.5 millimeter hook, and I would agree that it is a chunky 4. That's a heavy 4. Made in, which Hayfield is a Surder company, which is a UK company, made in Turkey. I believe it was made in Turkey. Yeah, made in Turkey. But this was the self-patterning yarn that was supposed to give you the illusion of having flowers, stems with flowers. Now, and then it has this beautiful ombre effect of gray. And I think Mindy's is blue or aqua. She got a different color for her. She didn't get the gray. I decided on the gray for myself. But this is what my flowers ended up turning out like. Not very much like flowers. Now in the knit version, this looks a lot more like flowers. And the pattern that we used for this was a free pattern from, I think it was a Yarnspirations pattern. So obviously I don't have that linked in my channel playlists, but it was just textured ripples. And it's just single crochets, back loop only, but forming the ripples. Very simple, very easy, very boring stitch pattern. it did turn out, it did come out looking really nice, and it made a nice long, whoops, I got a stitch marker piece of yarn in there. It did turn out making into a nice long scarf, and I did use 2 full skeins of yarn for this, and 2 full skeins plus probably about maybe a third of a third skein, because I had leftover yarn for the hat, so I decided to make the scarf a bit longer. So I did make the scarf, and then I went and found just an easy single crochet only, or were these half doubles? These were half doubles. Easy half double crochet pattern for a hat. So I also made a hat with the 3rd skein. Now I think that with this hat, it definitely, that flower pattern definitely shows up a little bit better. I think that that actually looks how it was supposed to look in the pictures that we saw of the samples in the store. So that turned out looking a lot better, I think. So I do have the matching beanie, and this is in a size, it says it's for I have a small head, so it's really hard for me to judge hat sizes, but it said that it was supposed to be for like a child like age 5 to 13, but it fits my head perfectly. So it is a little bit, I would say maybe a teen or a small adult size. And this is a Bag-A-Day crochet pattern as well, which is linked in my, it's in my playlist, crochet playlist. And this is probably the easiest crochet hat that you could ever make. Super, super simple instructions, very easy to follow, worked in the round. And I think it showcased the pattern on the yarn really well. So those were 2 of my other finishes. I did make a couple more hats this week. I used my crystal cakes, my Karen crystal cakes in the color. I'm not sure if I had these hats done last week or not for my video. Karen crystal cakes in the color rattan, which looks like this, which is a really fuzzy yarn. I really love this yarn. And I made 2 of these hats. And these are also Bag-A-Day crochet patterns. It's called the Chocolate Bonbon Hat. It's really a cute, cute style. Very, very cute pattern. So I did make 2 of those, and I've got enough yarn left in this cake to probably make 2 more, which I'm going to, because I don't know, give these away or something. I'll do something with them. So those were my 2 of my other finishes. As far as finishes, what else do I have? Okay, I've got well, we'll count that in the fail portion. We're not going to talk about it in finishes. My other finishes were, I did make a couple of things that I had to give away to their respective recipients before I had a chance to show you. I made these houndstooth wristers for my daughter Maddie. Made a pair for her, and then I also made this houndstooth cowl and wristers set for my mother-in-law for her birthday. And I really love the way that cowl turned out. It turned out amazing. I think it would have been really pretty had I put a brooch or something on there, but I didn't have anything, and I didn't have time to go shopping. But I think that those turned out really, really nice. I'd like to make a set for myself. I had a lot of fun making it too. And this is also Bag-A-Day crochet patterns, which are linked in my playlists under crochet. So those were my finishes. Now I do have, well, then I have a half a finish, and it's a half a finish because if you remember, I have been working on a hat and, oh, so that is another, well, it's like 3/4 of a finish. I've been working on a hat and mitts and scarf set. The scarf she didn't ask for, but I'm just adding it in there because I had enough yarn to do it. So here's the hat that I made for my friend Sue. So Sue, it's coming along. It's coming along. It'll be there soon. Made this hat for Sue, and this is using the Lion Brand Hometown yarn and then a matching scarf. This is a really, really nice long scarf that it's heavy duty. You'll be able to twist it, and you know how you do that. You put it, I'll show you what I mean. You fold it in half and you put it around and you pull it through so it looks like that. So that's how that ended up, and I love it. I think it looks phenomenal, and I hope that she likes it. And then I did not end up using that coffee beans yarn that I had gotten from Michigan Fine Yarns that was supposed to match this. It just didn't. It was a size 4, and I couldn't find any good mitten. It just wasn't working out. It just wasn't working out. So I do have a mitten pattern for using a size 5 bulky weight yarn, and I'm using this Yarn Bee Tender Touch in the color Olive, and I've got one mitten made. So I could probably finish up that other mitten today, and then that I can get these in the mail and off to Sue. So it's going to be not an exact match, not even close to an exact match, as you can see, but I think it'll still be okay. I think it'll be fine. I like this yarn a lot better for mittens. So those were all of my finishes this week. I did a lot. Got a lot of crocheting done this week. I will show you what I continued to work on, and then I will show you my new starts. So I continued to work on this blanket, this baby blanket, which I am pulling the stitch out of. That makes me mad when I do that. Continuing to work on this baby blanket. I've got quite a bit done. I just got the one more, well, about half a cake left to go. And then I did end up finding a yarn to use as the border for this. So I decided to go with this yarn. And this is a Red Heart Super Saver in the color Denim. And it is 5 ounces, 236 yards, size 4, 100% acrylic. But I think that it looks good. It's got the same kind of tone, kind of a brushed tone as what this yarn here does. And this is 100% acrylic. This is a 75 acrylic, or 75 acrylic, 25 wool, but it'll be fine. It'll just be fine. And again, this one was using this Plymouth Yarn Company Hotcakes in the color number 1. That's all it says is color number 1, but that's what the colorway looks like in the cake. So I continued to work on that. I'd like to get that finished like yesterday. I also started, and you guys have seen this sweater before, but I just wanted to, I'll just show you again. I started and got this far on the second cardie for my granddaughter. You know that I made one of these already using the Knit Crate Mystery Box yarn. So this is how far I've gotten on the second little cardie. I just need to put 4 more rows on the body and then 8 rows each on the sleeves, and then this one will be done, and her sister's is done. And then I do have those pink flowers that I'm going to, those pink crocheted flowers that I'm going to sew onto the little side, front of the side. Then my crochet fails. Let's talk about my fails. Well, no, let's keep going with what I'm working on. We'll do fails last. Oh, and then I've got haul to show you too. Jeez, I'm just all over the place today, but is that anything new for me? Not really. So I've also started and got as far as I possibly could on a poncho. This is a poncho made from Karen Crystal Cakes, and I can't tell you the color number, the Shea Butter, in the color Shea Butter. and this is one cake's worth. And I ran out. I need more. So I had to order some more. And these crystal cakes are not easy to find right now. They don't have any at the store, so I had to order it from an Etsy seller. Ended up paying more than retail for it, which disgusted me. But since I got the first cake for $5, which was half off retail, I didn't feel bad having to spend a little more than retail for the second cake, because it'll even itself out to being, you know, about retail for all the yarn. But I love the pattern, and I love the yarn that I'm using for this. And I think this is going to be a beautiful, wonderful spring and fall shawl or poncho. This is primarily acrylic. Let me see. Let me grab the other cake in the other color. What did I do with that? Even though I don't have the band for this shea butter color, it's going to be the same. Fabric content, fiber content as this other crystal cake. These are 64% acrylic, 24% polyester, 7% nylon, 5% metallic. So I think that's what makes them so soft, is the fact that they have a big polyester content, polyester and a little bit of nylon in there. Nylon, and it makes it a little stretchy too. So this is how that one is looking, and I really think that it's looking great. This is a 4-point poncho, so in other words, you're going to have your points that are going to kind of come down on the sides and make sleeves, and then your points that come to the front and the back. So I really like that poncho. Then I did start another, my other poncho is still waiting on more yarn too. But you guys have seen that one, my Angie's Technicolor poncho. Yeah, that one needs yarn. I also started this and got this far on. I'm starting to think summer, you guys. I'm starting to think summer with my crocheting. So I started and got this far on this summer top. And I'm pulling my stitches out. I should put stitch markers in here when I do this. But this is where I am with this summer top. Isn't that going to be gorgeous? I love it. I love the way it's turning out. And I'm using Lion Brand Landscapes yarn, which Lion Landscapes and Red Heart Unforgettable are two of my very favorite yarns to work with. I just love the feel of them, and I love the product that they make. I know they're not for everyone, but I love them. They're a roving style yarn. It is 100% acrylic, size 4 medium weight, 147 yards per skein, and this is the color Sand Dune. And I need more of this, is why this isn't, I'm almost out of that, and as you can see, I still have quite a ways to go with this shirt. So I'm going to need more of that. But I've got time. Spring's not here quite yet. Summer's not here quite yet. It's not quite time to wear this top. So I still got some time to get that finished. But isn't that going to be cute? I can't wait. This is going to be such a cute top. Such a cute top. So then I also started on another dress for one of the granddaughters. This will be for Lila, who's the younger of the two. And this dress is a pattern from Etsy that I bought from a shop on Etsy. And it's going to, and this is how far I've gotten on this. And this is, that's what it looks like so far. I've just gotten to the dress part, to the skirt part. So I'm just starting to work on the skirt part. But that's the front, and the sleeves are nice and poofy. And then this is the back. And the back is really cute because it's a little bit, there's an open slit right there, and then you put a button at the top. So you're going to have that open slit, and you do have that little bit of fancy crochet work on the sides of the slit. So it's going to be really cute. And I really like the way that the skirt is attached to the body. It's going to be flouncy. You know, it has ripples because you put two half double crochets into each stitch along the, when you're transitioning from the body to the skirt, so that makes it, gives it a full effect. And for this I'm using Lion Brand Pima cotton yarn, which comes in 186 yard little balls. It is a medium 4 worsted weight, 100% cotton. Did I say that? And this color is Dragonfly. This is the color Dragonfly. And it's just such a perfect lilac color. I think that she's really going to like that. So I'm really happy with the way this is going so far. Now it's just going to be a lot of tedious repetition of that shell pattern to make the skirt, and that's going to go on forever. You can make it as long as you want to. I think I'll make it probably knee length at least. Yeah, I think I'll probably make it knee length. So that's that. And then I also started another summer top for myself, and I've not gotten very far. And this is going to be just 2 panels that are put together. So this is, it's going to be like this, and it's going to be a summer tank. Let's see, no, it's going to go like that. A summer tank. And this is using Malabrigo, my Malabrigo, what's that called? Rios, my Malabrigo Rios in the color Quique, which is color 877. It is a medium worsted weight, and there are 200 meters per hank. Now, you may not be paying attention, but you may be wondering, wait a second, weren't you making something else with this yarn? Yes, I was. That brings me to my fails. So, I worked, and I worked, and I worked, and I crocheted my little fingers to the bone. And what happened to my poncho cardigan? Well, this is what happened. I've gotten all of this done. All of this done. I have a lot of work into this, just because there was a lot of counting, and it's just a lot of stitching. This says it's a 4 worsted weight yarn, but I'd say it's a heavy 3. It's not very, it's pretty lightweight. And I tried it on, and it is extremely too small. Like, extremely too small. Never gonna fit in a million years. And the pattern that I was following, which is a YouTuber, was not very clear about adjusting sizes, and because of the complexity of the decreases, because it's a form-fitting poncho, I wasn't confident in my skills to be able to figure it out on my own. And I don't know that I would, even with this yarn, have enough to make it big enough. I wouldn't have enough to make it big enough. I wouldn't have enough of this yarn to make it big enough for what I need. So this is going to get frogged and made into that top. What are you going to do? Sometimes it happens, right? Right. So I had asked you guys last week about what color I should do for the other contrasting color down here. And I had decided on this slate gray, but that's not going to happen because this project isn't going to happen. I'm super sad about it. Maybe someday with a different yarn, it'll be better, but that it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's a whole bunch of work that just isn't going to happen. And I don't want to, I was thinking, should I just continue with it and give it away to my daughter, who's a size small, and it actually fit her. But I really like that yarn, and it was expensive yarn, and I can't afford to rebuy it. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the yarn. I'm going to take it apart and use the yarn and make that top instead. So my other fail was I tried to make some slippers. I don't know what it is with me and feet. Um, here's what my slipper turned out looking like. Oh, yeah. Tried to make some slippers. They didn't turn out so hot. Don't know what I did wrong, but yeah, that's my slipper. Oh well, what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some, right? I won the yarn chicken game with this sweater. I lost the slipper game. What are you gonna do? So I don't know what's gonna happen with this. I'll probably just throw it in the garbage. Because what am I gonna do with one slipper? I'm not gonna make another one to match when this one turned out. It doesn't even stay on my foot. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. Not good at all. All right, haul. Time for haul. Woo, woo. So I managed to get my hands, and then I'll let you guys go. This will be a short one today. Or short. Well, it's actually, we're already 30 minutes in. Man, I can talk. Sorry about that. I hope you don't mind. It's been a while since I've talked to you. So what did I get this week? I managed to snag only one hank of the Bag a Day Crochet hand-dyed yarn from Poplar. I can't believe that I even was able to get one. I mean, it went fast. It went super fast. And yeah, so I managed to get one hank. Let's see what I got. I opened the box, but I haven't looked at it yet. It's still all wrapped up. Oh, that goes in there. It's got a nice little sticker that says thank you on there, nicely wrapped in tissue. And what did I get? I got Worth Every Penny. That's beautiful. Wow, look at that. That is gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Look at the way that's been hand dyed. Look at how it's lighter down there and a little bit darker. That is gorgeous yarn. And look at that shimmer in there. Do you guys see the sparkle in there? And what I love about the sparkle that's in there is it's not very big. Do you know what I mean? It's not chunky. It's very finely sparkled. So this is Worth Every Penny. It's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% silver, 200 meters. It's a DK weight yarn. So it's very, I mean, it's superwash, so it is nice and soft. You could definitely have this up against your skin. And it is orange again. I mean, it's orange-ish, right? I'm going to make a hat with it because I love my hats. Being that it's a DK weight, I'm going to probably have to look around to find a pattern. Either that or just go through a little bit of process of elimination and find a stitch count that I could probably do it. I could probably do it on my own. Just come up with something. But I love it. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll collect it. Maybe I won't do anything with it and I'll just collect it. I do have yarn that I don't want to use, that I just want to hold on to because they're so pretty. This might be one of them. It is gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Maybe I'll just save it for a rainy day. So I did get that. Then I want to show you my Norobachi yarn. So I got it, and it's been killing me. I've had it sitting here for a week waiting to show you guys. So it did come from Little Bits in a box, and it's nice. Oh, it's heavy. And it's sealed in this plastic, which is nice. I like that they seal it in plastic. There's a fuzzer or something on there. Of course, I don't have any tools or anything in here. Untape it. This is my unicorn yarn. This is the yarn that I've had my eye on, and it's only color number 12. All I wanted was color number 12. Norobachi in color number 12. And there it is. Look at all those colors. I'm finally getting my hands on it. I can't believe it. This is a 100% wool yarn. It is 200 grams, 240 meters. It is a medium, or I mean a size 5 bulky weight yarn. Gorgeous. It's soft. It's not picky. It's not scratchy. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so, so good, you guys. Oh, I can't wait for this to become a sweater. Now that I've opened it, I really want to do it. I really, really do. So it comes with, the little tag has all kinds of information in there. I'm not going to read it all to you. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. So you can see, like, look at the outside of this. This is the same color, but it has like every color in the world in there. Browns, greens, pinks, purples, yellows, oranges. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. Oh, I love it. I love, love, love it. And I got really lucky because I ordered this for $74.35 for a pack of 5. And about 5 days later, I got an email notification from Little Knits saying that they, first of all, a 5-pack was $84.99. Second of all, if you want Norobachi, order it now because they're no longer going to be able to carry it. So I was, and third of all, I went and looked, and color number 12 was already sold out. They didn't have any more color number 12. So I got really, really lucky with this, with getting it. Oh, it's so pretty. Burgundy and cream. And, oh, look at all those colors. Now, I know this isn't for everyone, and I know that there are some people who probably are going to be like, ew, or thinks that this is a little bit weird. But this is just, it's me. It's my style, and I'm not going to apologize for that. This is what I love. I love this yarn. This is the yarn I've always wanted, and I couldn't find a substitute for it because I couldn't find anything that incorporated all of those colors in a roving style that was 100% wool. I couldn't find anything that was even remotely close to this in a 5 bulky. So yeah, and it's wound really nicely. Not that that makes a difference, but it's wound really nicely on the ball. Oh, but there it is again. I just want to show you all day. Oh, it's so nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And now I need to get to work making my sweater with it because I'd love to be able to use this sweater still in this cold season / winter. 5 balls. I hope that should be enough. That's 1,000 yards, basically 1,000 yards. So that should definitely be enough for a sweater, especially seeing it's a size 5 bulky weight. But yeah, so that's that. Love it. Love it. Couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier with this. And I'm so glad that I waited to take it out of the bag until I had you guys on here with me because it was worth it. It was worth the wait. It's been sitting there in a box next to my crochet chair, just calling my name, and I thought, nope, don't do it. You already cheated once and opened this Noro Kiso yarn. You can hold off. You can do it. And I did. I finally made it. I managed to hold off. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you for hanging out and talking yarn with me and all things crochet. I don't have anything to talk about with cross stitch because, as you can see, I've been busy crocheting. I've been crocheting my little fingers off. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. I love hearing from you all. And I will see you guys in my next video, which hopefully will be on Tuesday. Don't count on much progress from now until Tuesday, though, because today is Friday already, and I was 3 days late with this video. So sorry again about that. I hope you'll forgive me. But all right, That's enough yakking. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. Yay! Oh, so excited. What should I do? I have a couple of patterns in mind. Yeah, I have a couple patterns in mind. I've been holding on. God, look at those colors together. Just look at them. It's fantastical. It's absolutely fantastical. All right, I'll let you go. I'll quit drooling over my yarn. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.